In the shadows of the Middle East, one leader has made it his life's mission to confront a regime he calls an existential threat to his nation and potentially to the world. As the United States engages in delicate nuclear talks with Iran, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has rushed to Washington. His message is clear: a narrow deal is not enough. Why is Netanyahu pressing America so hard toward confrontation with Iran? Is it legitimate security fears or something more? This is the Iran imperative. For decades, Iran has pursued a nuclear program it insists is peaceful. Israel and much of the West disagree. Iran enriches uranium far beyond civilian needs, nearing weapons-grade levels according to IAEA reports. It has developed one of the world's largest ballistic missile arsenals, capable of striking Israel and US bases across the region. Netanyahu has warned since the 1990s that a nuclear Iran would be a second Holocaust in the making. His view: Iran funds, arms, and directs a network of proxies, Hezbollah, with over 150,000 rockets, Hamas, and others that encircle Israel. The 7th of October 2023 Hamas attack and subsequent multi-front assaults intensified this threat. In June 2025, after years of shadow war, Israel launched major strikes on Iranian nuclear and military sites. The United States joined, bombing facilities at Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan. A 12-day war followed, ending in a fragile ceasefire. Iran lost significant missile capabilities, but has reportedly rebuilt much of its stockpile to around 2,000 missiles. Benjamin Netanyahu has consistently opposed deals that leave Iran's nuclear infrastructure intact. He called the 2015 JCPOA a historic mistake that paved Iran's path to a bomb. After the US withdrawal in 2018 and maximum pressure campaign, Iran accelerated enrichment. Netanyahu's strategy, military deterrence combined with diplomatic pressure on allies, especially the US. He argues limited agreements allow Iran to cheat, as it has in the past, while continuing missile development and proxy wars. Critics say his approach risks endless escalation and regional war. Supporters say it is the only language the regime in Tehran understands. Post-2025 war, Iran faced internal protests over the economy and repression, yet it continues rebuilding. Israel warns Tehran could soon restore full missile capacity, a direct threat to Israeli city. February 2026, the US under President Trump resumes direct talks with Iran in Oman, focused narrowly on the nuclear program. Iran demands sanctions relief and insists enrichment continues on its soil. Netanyahu, fearing a weak deal, advances his White House visit. On the 11th of February to 12, he meets Trump for the 7th time in this term. His demands any agreement must curb Iran's ballistic missiles and end support for terrorist proxies. Nuclear only is unacceptable. Trump has signaled openness to a broader deal, but also warns of military options if talks fail. Israel has reportedly prepared contingencies for unilateral strikes on Iranian missiles. Iran accuses Netanyahu of sabotaging peace. Regional actors, including some Gulf states, urge caution to avoid wider war. Is Netanyahu forcing the US to attack Iran? Evidence points to intense lobbying, not coercion. Israel relies on US support but acts independently when it feels existentially threatened. America's interests include preventing nuclear proliferation, protecting Gulf allies and shipping lanes, and countering Iran's influence. A comprehensive deal could stabilize the region. Failure risks another war, higher oil prices, refugee crises, and potential direct US involvement. Netanyahu sees a narrow agreement as empowering a hostile regime bent on Israel's destruction. Critics argue his hard line prioritizes confrontation over diplomacy and may drag America into conflict. The coming days in Washington may decide broader negotiations, renewed sanctions and pressure, or the path to military action. The stakes are nothing less than the balance of power in the Middle East.